Alrighty then, and a very warm welcome to another Shakes and Fidget video. We are on server World 52 International, and well, we will spend time with the new event, which didn't happen before the new event. Exceptional XP event, Sense of Time special, and Epic Quest extravaganza. So this combination is new for 2022, and well, it's no big deal because I expected maybe some very specific new event, but there's time for player games to develop this system yet again, and we are going to talk about the fortress, which you can see in the title, because some of you asked me to explain the fortress in general, and I will do as you please, so stay tuned about this feature in Shakes and Fidget. We will talk about how to get to the fortress. We will talk about what kind of playstyle is important to be efficient in fortress, and what actually is the main reason you should play the fortress. Let's start. You will be able to get access to the fortress by reaching level 25. So in the new server start, if you are using mushrooms, it should be possible for you to gain the fortress in day 1 nowadays. Some years ago it was not possible, but now it is possible to become level 25 easily with using mushrooms, so you can start the fortress in the first day. And if you build fortress, you need some gold to do so. You will be able to buy the fortress package. So if you're using mushrooms, and no matter if it's a new server or an old server you start, you actually should buy the special packet. Until level 120 you will be able to buy a specific packet of mushrooms for 10 euro, so you will gain more mushrooms than here, and you will gain a lot of resources for the fortress. And by the way, you will gain a level up for free, and so this package for 10 euro is really recommended if you're using mushrooms. You will have a more fluently start in the fortress, because with those resources you are able to build up the most important buildings until fortress level 7. It should be you should be able to do so. So the fortress is the main building which keeps any other buildings in this place, and it's your connection to the Hall of Knights. The Hall of Knights is like a very important feature to support you and your guild, and I will explain it later. And at the start you build up the fortress, then you can build up the woodcutter's hut or the quarry. You will be able to build up the laborer's quarters from the start. And then from level 3 or 4 you will be able to build barracks and gem mine, and then in the later part you will be able to build up the treasury, academy, smithy, and archery guild, mage's tower, and the fortifications. Yeah, if you want, at least. But what is the main reason to play the fortress? The main reason is academy, treasury, gem mine, and Hall of Knights does have a direct impact on your char, on your stats, or in features which have an impact on your stats. That means you can improve your char by building up those buildings. So actually those are the most important buildings overall. All other buildings don't have a direct impact to your char. They just have an impact on your fortress and your fortress units, but this is in general not as important as the buildings I mentioned before. So with the academy you will able to reach experience by time. This is the only feature yet in Shakes and Fidget which is able to do so. The treasury makes your inventory gets more slots, and even you will be able to find here 16 slots, and then you have specific slots secretly as well. I can show you on my main chart, like you have more slots than overall. And yeah, this is not unimportant if you're mushroom user, because you need to spend epics, you need to spend some gems sometimes, because you cannot develop your char all the time. You have to wait sometimes, and then you need this treasury level at least. And we go back to World 52. I don't want to watch the guild fight now, sorry for this. And the gem mine does yeah, have an impact on the gems you can find in case of stats, as well as the Hall of Night does. And so it should be your main goal to develop those buildings overall. And how are you able to do so? You need resources. The resources you need in the fortress are gold, wood and stone. So if you're playing on a new server, for example, and you are using mushrooms especially, and you use the starting resources to build up the fortress, barracks, laborers' quarters, woodcutters' hut, quarry, gem mine, academy, and treasury. With skipping, you can use mushrooms to skip building times. You need to be careful that you, in the first place, have enough gold. Check out the gold you need, and then you need to think about how many times you want to skip in the future, because if you skip buildings, you can start new buildings, but you need the resources to do so. So, for example, the gem mine costs 76,000 wood and 500 stones. So I choose to skip this feature now, because my main goal is to reach gem mine level 10. I will explain you later why. So I can skip this feature now, but I need to be aware that now the costs are doubled. So actually you can find those costs in the internet if you're looking up for them. So you can plan your fortress strategy in total, and I will do so now because I want this upgrade. I have enough resources, but I know that I cannot skip now because my resources will be not enough in case of stone to become a higher level. But I want to upgrade gem mine level 9 to gem mine level 10 now, so I do so. Well, how can you get resources? Of course, you can get resources by collecting in the woodcutter's hut and in the quarry. But to be honest, this is not the main part for you to gain resources. The main part for you to gain resources is attacking other fortresses. And here is here's the main thing to care about. You have like 3 attacks. You can change opponents like a free roll from time to time, and you can change opponents by using gold, which is not the efficient way to do so, but sometimes you need to do so. As well, you can use counter attacks, which is maybe a better part. Like this, you choose like opponents you can beat, and then you get the resources now. And over the last years, it's actually the best way to use attacks with part protection. So part protection lasts 24 hours. It means that you can be attacked, but your resources are protected as well. Like if you attack somebody, you gain resources, 50% of those both buildings, and you gain 10% by the overall resources in the fortress. But with part protection, those 10% are not be able to be stolen by a successful attack. That means that if I get attacked, I will maybe lose like 2000 resources here and like 400 resources here. I'm not sure about the 50% of the overall, because I actually think that you will lose like resources which are like in the capabilities on the next stage, but it also depends on the level of your fortress. So if your level is lower than your opponent's level, you gain more resources. If your fortress level is higher than the opponent's, you will gain less resources, and you have to sometimes you won't get resources if your fortress level is very much too high. So you will see it by the point that there is a red 0 in display. So you know this opponent does have a lower fortress level. So part protection means you go for opponents like I just attacked, and you search for more opponents, or you use counter attacks like this. So you can use all of your soldiers, you do attacks, you gain resources, and that's it. So that part protection works means you don't have to use defense buildings and defense units. And many people do so the same on the server, and so everybody gains resources. Because the main reason to do part protection attacks and to not develop your defense units is developing defense units takes time and takes resources. So on this server I actually made the fortifications level on 8, which I wouldn't do on the server I want to compete. So actually I would leave these fortifications at level 1, but I mean the server gets older and older, and the people will be able to improve their units by developing the smithy level. I did not do so yet, because there are opponents who didn't level up the fortifications as well. But if I see that I cannot gain more resources, I need to upgrade the smithy level as well to upgrade my own soldiers, but just the attacking soldiers, not battle mages and archers. So developing those units takes time and takes money, and it doesn't let the part protection tactics work. So in the best situations, you have like 9 or you have like 18 soldiers, and you can attack 18 times, 9 or 18 times, and you gain the best of resources, and you just need to spend the resources for your soldiers. And then with part protection, you don't lose that much resources if you get attacked as well. I mean, the opponent does win a lot of resources. That's the difference. You lose like just 50% of what is on your woodcutters and quarry hall, but the opponent wins this. If I get attacked, the opponent successfully, the opponent will get this amount of wood, 5,750, and he will gain this amount on stones, like 1,250, depending on the fortress level as well. So what I say before is right, but the difference is the guy attacking gets so much resources, and I just lose very less resources. And I as well can win those resources, and that's the reason part protection makes you improve a lot of faster, because you gain a lot of more resources. And that's the way, or the main reason, that mushroom users can develop their fortress so fast. I think the record for Nighthall 15 is like a couple of days. I can try to find out on the Shakes and Fidget Discord. I read it once, but I forgot it already. Uwe broke the record with gem mine level 20 in 30 days. So he took 30 days on a new server to improve the gem mine to level 20, which is really high. So if Fortress strategy should be use part protection and attacks, just upgrade the fortress, laborers quarters, gem mine, and maybe academy and treasury to level 10. Barracks can leave like half of the level of the fortress, to be honest. And perhaps smithy level if you see that your opponents improve their defense. And you can improve the quarry and the woodcutter's hut as well, but it's like enough if you go for level 6 or 7, if your fortress is level 10, and your gem mine should be level 10 then. You can hold the gem mine on level 1 for a specific time, because gem mine level 1 means you can search gems much more easy. It costs less gold, less resources, and the time is less, so you can even skip some gems. But if you reach the first 90 dungeons, you should lately go for gem mine level 10, because you need the gem mine level 10 to find the Heart of Underworld, which has some features to improve your char very much. So you should be able to access it, and then you can go for new gems. The thing is, a higher gem mine level provides you stronger gems, as well as your rising level, and as well as the rising Hall of Knights. So everyone can have Hall of Knight 20. If everybody in the guild has Hall of Knight 20, your Hall of Knight will be at 1000. So we see now my guild in World 52 has the half of possible Knight Hall points, which is not bad for this guild in this state, but of course it's not the best possible value. And we can have a look at top guild here. They have a Knight Hall of 600 points, for example. 1000 is the maximum, but with a better Knight Hall in total, the gem level improves as well. So you should try to get to level to 1000 Knight Hall points in the guild as fast as possible, but till somebody reached Knight Hall 15, all people in the guild are able to find black gems. So if one player has Knight Hall 15, the chance to find black gems is like 1%. So if everybody has Knight Hall 15, the chance to find black gems is 50%. And black gems are essential for the jar, because they are stronger than normal gems. Now we even have legendary gems. The Knight Hall does not affect legendary gems, but the gem mine level does affect legendary gems as well, because with a higher gem mine you can find better legendary gems. For finding legendary gems, you have to play legendary dungeon, you have to find legendary items. The chance to find legendary gems rises with having more of those legendary items in your scrapbook, but this is a specific part. So if you are like on my level, like you have Fortress level 10, you have Hall of Knights level 10, you're going to gem mine level 10 to find the Heart of Underworld, then you should try to improve the barracks level as well, to find more soldiers to I will do so. I will as well go for smithy, I think, and then you should try to improve the fortress level as fast as possible to level 20 laborers quarters improvement, and go for Knight Hall 20 the place. And then you as well should improve your gem mine. If you improve your gem mine to level 25, you are able to find gems all the time. Although you can upgrade the gem mine even higher. If everything is kept, you can go for gem mine, like, I don't know what's the maximum, I think like 60. Gem mine 60 is thing, and then the gems are so much stronger, but it takes really some years to get to this point. Academy level should be built up. I can show you my fortress on level on worlds 41 Germany, which is my main char. So here I have fortress level 20. I improved my gem mine to 27 now. I want to go for the treasury to get more places at least. Academy is on level 16. This is not capped yet, but still I am able to collect very much experience. And all the other buildings are on level 15. As although the woodcutter's hut is not at level 15, I could actually go to do so and cap them as well. My smithy level is on 15, which is which is not the cap yet. I think 20 is the cap for most buildings, but now I of course have fortifications higher, but I still don't build up defense units. So after 1.5 years, the fortress should some kind look like this. Mushroom users who are playing the fortress very good have a higher gem mine, I think, than I have in this state, but it should be a goal to go for the fortress something like this. So that were a lot of things I already said. The main tactic is the part protection attack tactic. So as I can see, as you see, I have another opponent who gives me good resources. Of course, with a higher fortress, you will gain more resources in Wheel of Fortune. I don't have the specific Wheel of Fortune yet, but let's see what we get if we are lucky. Yeah, my backpack is full, so just sell something. We got 8,000 wood, which is not bad for this. I mean, with attack, it's hard to get. So Wheel of Fortune can provide you a lot of resources as well. And of course, the dice, the rolling dice, which is able to use if you are manage to get 19 dungeons and to find the Heart of Underworld. You will be able to get the specific Wheel of Fortune 2.0 and to go for the dice play. And there you can as well win stones and wood, always depending on the level of your fortress. So as higher your fortress is leveled, 20 is the cap, you will gain more resources with all those features as well. If it's a fortress event and you can find wood and stones on a quest, the amount of is depending on the fortress as well. So fortress level is really important for the improvements you will get in the fortress in total. One specific addition to attack strategy, besides of using free rolls or counter attacks in general, is Festung's partnership, fortress partnership. So that means you are looking for somebody who has, for example, that guy. I think I have everything full. Let's go. So you're looking for opponents like this every time before you attack. And that guy you attack knows that you are attacking him, and he saves your counterparts, your counterattacks, all. And if he got like 9 or 10 counterattacks, he will go to attack you, and you have counterattacks, you save them, and so you can go for best attacks within 2 hours. So every 2 hours somebody is you or your fortress partner is attacking you, and you search for people who gain or who give you the most resources possible. So people are communicating. You can just attack players of another guild, or you can't attack, or you can't find players of your own guild. Here, like this Tommy Dab has really much resources. I have resources as well, so we actually could go for a fortress partnership. And those people are even improving Quarry and Woodcutter's Hut faster, because it gives their fortress partner more resources. So what you need to do so mostly is skip those buildings, and you need to go for attacks every 2 or 3 hours to gain the most resources possible, because you need resources to build up more buildings, to skip more buildings. So Fortress Partnership actually works for free-to-play player, but better works for mushroom users, because you need, if you have so much resources, you need to skip buildings to use them. I mean, it doesn't help people if you spare, but as higher the level of the buildings gains, the costs are rising as well. So it works. It works if you want to get the highest resources as fast as possible. You cannot go for just for the part protection. You need to go for fortress partnership. And in some servers, people of their own guild are leaving the guild so that they can find each other in the fortress attack. And if they have enough attacks and counter attacks, it just goes every 2 or 3 hours, like player A attacks player B, and then player B directly attacks player A again. Then you need to upgrade new soldiers, and then it goes the same way around. And on some server starts, for the people like Uwe who are searching for some records, you need sometimes to get up in the night. You do your attacks and then you go sleep for 2 or 3 hours. It's really, really grinding. And of course, normal players don't do this. For normal players, it can be enough to use some counter attacks and to use the free rolls. You can improve good as well, because you don't need costs for all those defense buildings. In addition, to find people in the fortress, you need to check up your fortress rank, because you just can find people who are actually in your range, like 100 places up and down from your own position. So I could not find someone who is now in the fortress rank 2000. I could not find him now. To improve your position, you need attacks, but building up, improving buildings gives you sometimes between 10 or 30 honor points to gain places in the fortress hall as well. So if you know that the guy you want to have a fortress partnership is 2000 ranks higher than you, you need to get to this rank before you can find him, and before he can find you in the fortress attack search. So you need to care about this, because otherwise fortress partnership with that guy won't work. What is maybe as well important, I think I had actually everything. So gem mine level improves the gem mines. Hall of Night level improves your gem mines. Hall of Nights 15 gives you the chance to find black gems. As more people have Night Hall 15 in your guild, the chances gets higher until 50%. And Academy as well is important, because as higher the level is, you will gain more XP by hour. This is the only building who is able to give you XP by time. So if you're going to play the fortress, just have all those things in mind. And I think I have not forgotten anything. If so, you feel free to use the comments, or if you have any questions, feel free to write them in the comments. I think I spoke about everything. So I would say, yeah, the fortress is really important for your own char. All those level records wouldn't be possible without the fortress. I mean, the gems have such an insane impact to improve your char very fast. And just see that you don't use all those defense stuff. You will always find people like on World 52 who don't play like part protection, but there are enough people who play part protection because it's actually a known feature yet. And yeah, so don't be afraid if you like have 5 or 6 opponents like this. It's you will always find people with part protection, and so you will be able to get resources as fast as possible. I hope you enjoyed the facts. I hope it was very informative for you. If you liked the video, I would recommend you to give me a thumbs up. I appreciate this. And see you next time on another Shakes and Fidget video. I would say have a nice day, goodbye, and ciao.